Namaste. How are you? A very happy Ganpati to all of you.
Namaste, ma'am, and I wish you the same. Today we have so much to talk about, and we will begin by talking about Silent Chaos, something that just released. I watched it, and it kind of, I mean, it's a short film, and with the ending, it kind of gave me goosebumps, I would say.
See, last year, this time, I signed up with a company which is into manufacturing hearing aids. And till that time, like I was, because कभी ऐसा मौका नहीं आया, that to need hearing aids or to think about it or audiology. So I was really not into this sector. But after I signed up with them, and I asked them, I said, why do you need me as a brand ambassador? So they said, well, to spread awareness. And I started thinking, like, what was the way to start awareness? Because there is a serious dearth of people, who are aware about the perils of hearing deficiency. Because अगर देख नहीं सकते तो immediately person goes to a shop and gets himself a pair of glasses. But hearing aids is something, I don't exactly know what is the problem. One, I gather, is the price. The price is a very big factor because they're quite heavily priced. And there are others which are not very heavily priced but seriously lack in quality. So immediately I started, getting in touch with people, and I just expressed a desire to one lady, Aarti Sabur from Parisar Asha. And I told her that I wanted to, just start a screening campaign in normal schools. जो कि deaf and dumb schools है वहाँ तो पता ही है कि they have this problem. But normal schools में, sometimes we may be taking it for granted. And I was shocked to know that there were more than, in the BMC schools, there were more than 300 children in normal schools. Normal schools who had hearing deficiency from minimal to a very high percentage. So I started buying hearing aids, which being their brand ambassador, I could get it at a special price. So I bought it of them, and then we started doing camps and distributing to children. So by now I have even while doing the camps, even I started learning a lot, through the process. Like, for example, a lot of children used to tell me, the parents used to say, the hearing aids are not of a good quality, so थोड़े दिन चलते हैं फिर वो फेंक देते हैं. So I came to know that it's not the hearing aid, it's not the apparatus which is faulty. It is because it comes with one battery, and the battery lasts for 10 days. So that concept is not very clear to the parents that they are supposed to change the battery. So when I started, when we started through Suryodaya, when we started donating hearing aids, we made sure that we gave them a supply of 6 months batteries. It's almost 36 batteries. So that they get into the habit of changing the battery. So जैसे मोबाइल में हम देखते हैं कि अगर मोबाइल काम नहीं कर रहा है तो we first check the battery. Similarly, with the hearing aids also, just so that they get into that habit, we started doing that. And then we started talking to parents, of course, in the camps, that, I asked them, at what age did you realize that the child can't hear? So they said कि हम लोगों को तो 5-6 साल तक तो हमें पता ही नहीं था कि the child can't hear, because लोग कहते थे नहीं, कुछ बच्चे देरी से बोलते हैं. It never striked to them कि they may not be talking because they can't hear. It is something which can't be seen.
Yes.
So they just thought, normal बच्चे जैसे खेलते हैं, अगर उनको 2 बार बुलाया नहीं ध्यान दिया तो they used to think that the child is mischievous या impertinent कि मतलब हम बुला रहे हैं, ध्यान नहीं दे रहे. It just never occurred to them कि they can't, बच्चा हो सकता है सुन नहीं सकता. That just did. And by the time they realized the age for learning speech, that is the age when children learn to talk. तो वो उम्र निकल जाने के बाद अगर हियरिंग एड्स लगाए भी तो वो जो फ्लुएंसी है बात करने में वो तो निकल गई, वो तो एज ही निकल गई. So that is where I thought that there was a very very serious need for spreading the awareness. बच्चे जाते हैं, अगर बच्चों को like you saw in the video कि छोटी बच्ची है, क्रॉस करिए, साउंड नहीं सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है और some mishap can happen. But the same thing अगर पहले से डाला हुआ तो कॉशियस भी हो जाता है, दोनों जगह पे साउंड सुन के क्रॉसिंग करना. दिस इज जस्ट वन ऑफ द incident that Mihir has brought up so well. But yes, the awareness, there is a very very dire need to spread this awareness.
Indeed, and I think it starts with spreading awareness to the families also, like you just mentioned, to I think
actually families also, because अगर बच्चे को awareness मतलब क्या awareness देंगे, they are happy, मतलब अगर वो नहीं भी सुनता है. अच्छा, दूसरी एक चीज मुझे उस कंडीशन का मुझे वर्ड नाम मुझे याद नहीं, बट किसी डॉक्टर ने मुझे समझाया कि जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट इज नॉट ट्रीटेड, ओके, थोड़ी हल्की डिफिशियंसी होती है एंड देन एज दे ग्रो इन एज, ओके, तो वो डिफिशियंसी रहती है, लेकिन चिल्ड्रन ग्रो अप इवन टू द एज ऑफ 20-25, since they have never experienced what the volume of a certain sound should be, उनको लगता है कि वॉल्यूम मतलब इतना ही है, so they get used to it.
Yes, right.
They get used to it and they get used to doing the activities around that deprived sound. So what I'm now also suggesting, maybe I don't know how, and you guys, if you all help me spread this awareness, I would like to approach doctors in hospitals that it should be made compulsory at the time of the birth of the child. जैसे बाकी सब चीजें चेक करते हैं तो बच्चा घर जाने के पहले उसकी हियरिंग टेस्ट भी होनी चाहिए. इट्स वेरी वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट. जो चीज दिखती नहीं है तो लोगों को उसकी सीरियसनेस समझ में नहीं आती. But it is one of the 5 senses. So it is आपका, just if you see कि अगर how uncomfortable we are when जैसे हमारे कान बैठ जाते हैं in a flight and then we are कि हम लोग you try again and again कि किस तरह से
जब तक ठीक नहीं हो रहा, जब तक ठीक नहीं, exactly right,
जब तक ठीक नहीं होता ना, you are not normal. आप
right.
बड़े बुजुर्ग भी चलते वक्त उनका बैलेंस भी जा सकता है क्योंकि साउंड एवरीथिंग, पांचों सेंसेस दे वर्क इन कोलैबोरेशन विद ईच अदर. यस, मतलब पांचों सेंसेस एक दूसरे के साथ जब कोऑर्डिनेटेड हो तभी एक हेल्दी इंसान होता है. तो अगर एक सेंस भी अगर कम है तो आई थिंक उसकी तरफ ध्यान देना, तवज्जो देना बहुत जरूरी है.
बिल्कुल मैम. एंड इनफैक्ट इससे मुझे और एक चीज जो याद आई वो ये है कि आई थिंक हियरिंग लॉस, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स सम चिल्ड्रन आर बोर्न विद इट, they might show some deficiency as you mentioned, and also I think it also might occur in kids, also in adults, because of a lot of reasons. I think हम लोग जब गाने भी जब सुनते हैं हमारे फोन में, whenever we try to turn up the volume, you'll always see there's this one disclaimer, always showing up that, do you want to go beyond this point? It might be harmful. So I think the kind of music and what volume you are also playing that music also affects the hearing problems.
Of course, it is bound to. आजकल इतना loud music होता है, even in it's not good for the heart, it's not good for anything really. जैसे पार्टीज में डीजेस होते हैं and they're playing music like I mean, there's no tomorrow. इतना तो मतलब जितना लाउड म्यूजिक है उतना उनको किक मिलता है, बट in the bargain they are hampering their own hearing sensitivity.
Right.
So
We have also seen cases like that. We have also seen cases.
अच्छा, you see very often ये भी होता है कि मतलब बच्चे स्कूल में जाते हैं, they come with very poor marks, घर में डांट खाते हैं, तो ध्यान नहीं देता, टीचर डांटती है, ध्यान नहीं देता. So probably the thing is that they are not able to hear the teacher and grasp, लेकिन अपना ध्यान वो उस चीज पे जाता ही नहीं, क्योंकि उसकी अवेयरनेस इतनी कम है, उस तरफ जाता ही नहीं ना कि नहीं अच्छा खासा तो सुनता है. लाइक वैसे कि अपने बाकी सारी चीजें तो ठीक ही कर लेता है. व्हाट्स रॉन्ग विद हिज हियरिंग? नो प्लीज गेट इट चेक्ड. सो ओनली जैसे हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे बीएमसी की हियरिंग एड्स के इसमें किया, तो पता चला कितने बच्चों को हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट है. एंड ऑल्सो आई हैव सीन कि देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल दैट आई हैव अप्रोच, तो उन्होंने ऑडियोलॉजी की रिपोर्ट करके उनके पास रेडी है, but they can't afford the prices. जैसे 30,000 40,000 कहाँ से लाएंगे? चलो मतलब जो अच्छे खाते पीते घर के तो खरीद भी लेंगे, लेकिन there are other people also, जिसके किसी के फादर कोई वड़ा पाव की गाड़ी है उनकी, या और कोई बच्चा है मतलब उनके फादर है तो इलेक्ट्रिशियन है, कहाँ से लाएंगे? So I appeal to people also कि मतलब जो बड़े बड़े इंस्टीट्यूशंस है या लाइक ऑयल कंपनीज है और बाकी भी जो कंपनीज है बड़े बड़े, they should come up and they should take up something like this on a very big scale, because at least I think about 10% of the population is hearing.
I would like to ask you a little bit more about your foundation. If you can tell me about your foundation.
Yes, of course. Like for the last entire year, we have been, I wouldn't say entire year, I will say right from the 3rd of March, which was the World Hearing Day. Okay. So from then till now, almost 1,500 बच्चों को we have already donated. And I'm more keen, of course, hearing loss is a hearing loss no matter what the age, but I'm more keen on giving it to hearing impaired children who are below 5 years.
Okay.
ताकि वो speech impaired नहीं है. ना हमारे मतलब first preference वो रहता है, but of course मतलब कोई बुजुर्ग है तो उनको भी हम लोग देते हैं. And उसके अलावा last year we had the opportunity to help build a school for the HIV infected children in Latur. Then before that we had adopted 10 villages in Nanded for water conservation, जहाँ पे सूखा पड़ता था. Means बारिश तो गिरती थी लेकिन बह जाता था. So हम लोगों ने deep CCTs वगैरह वो सब करके there's a lot of greenery everywhere और बड़े बड़े ponds हो गए हैं. So actually मतलब we concentrate on medical requirements and then of course yes कि अगर कोई हमारे पास आता है कि हमें इस चीज की जरूरत है, education yes, but not on a very large scale. किसी एक आध बच्चे को स्पॉन्सर किया that way. But इसमें मैंने देखा कि मतलब दिल दहल जाता है जब आप छोटे छोटे बच्चों को देखते हो. They're so tiny, 3 साल का 4 साल का. And गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स है. लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग कि गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स है ऑफ फ्री डोनेशन टू चिल्ड्रन, बट दे नीड अ डिसेबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट.
ओके.
मतलब फॉर देयर रिकॉर्ड आई एग्री विद दैट, बट द सैड पार्ट इज कि जब तक बच्चा 5 साल का नहीं होता है तो उसको सर्टिफिकेट ही नहीं दिया जाता. दे आर नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर अ सर्टिफिकेट.
So you cannot do.
हाँ, तो मतलब उनको सर्टिफिकेट गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से मिल नहीं सकता है. तो उनका ब्रेन मैपिंग करके पता चलता है कि इनको हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो समथिंग दैट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेक अप विद द कंसर्न मिनिस्टर. वे इसको चेंज करिए. बिकॉज अगर आप नहीं देंगे और अगर उनको नहीं मिला तो डेफनेस के साथ तो स्पीच भी इम्पेयर, मतलब गूंगे भी हो जाएंगे ना बच्चे.
हाँ. And I think a lot of their development, मतलब वो पीछे भी हो जाएंगे by the time they join school or maybe they go
100%.
anywhere.
Of course, that goes without saying.
Hmm.
That goes without saying.
You need no introduction. You have such a big, huge career, I would say, in the industry. I, of course, don't need to mention any of it. But my question is that have you ever said no to a music, to a song or a album, because you felt like it might give a different impact, might cause a different impact to your listeners?
Not really. I've been really blessed because ऐसे कोई इस टाइप के विचित्र गाने मेरे पास आए नहीं. If you have noticed, all the songs that I've sung are very melodious and very soft and very romantic and very emotional. उसी टाइप के गाने मेरे पास.
And even your career, it's been decades. How are you still keeping yourself relevant? Because I think this is a big question that everybody wants to know. It's like a secret.
Well, I've been in the industry for 50 long years, and we have the likes of Asha Ji and Lata Ji who've been singing into their 90s, so we have no excuse, and we have to really get up all the time. I just marvel at the way Asha Ji, how she dances and how she sings. It's so much gusto. Hats off to her. And yes, music is in our blood, so it is going to be there till our last breath. Of course, we have to be at it. रियाज रोज करना पड़ता ही है, तो बहुत ज्यादा नहीं. डिपेंड्स ऑन जितना भी how much जितना भी आपका मन करे उतना, but it's a must. I mean, it's necessary to do that. And then of course, whatever, of course, the music scenario has changed like completely. I won't say that the music scenario is even 15% of what it was, or not even 10% of what it was at one time. एक recording होता था तो पूरी दुनिया इकट्ठी हो जाती थी गाना सुनने के लिए, and I have been superlatively blessed to have experienced that era. It was a golden age. Today, the more I remember of yesterday, the whole scenario has changed. I sometimes watch these reels, and the whole concept of entertaining people has changed. Like you see so many very, very popular and extremely successful heroes or heroines, like a female talking in a male voice. And I wonder, what is the necessity? What kind of entertainment is this? A beautiful, very successful heroine. जितने वो फिल्म्स करते हैं, जितने किरदार उन्होंने किए होते हैं, तो the audiences connect with them emotionally also.
Yes.
You get my point? That this is my thinking. I may be wrong, and I don't say that people should agree with me. But when you connect with the artist emotionally, suddenly you find that same person talking in a man's voice. It's like a jerk.
Right. It reminded me of something recently that singer Sona Mahapatra, she also tweeted about a few, like I think last month उन्होंने tweet किया था that in Instagram you see all these reels and all where influencers, now we have influencers also, influencers along with actors, repeating lines, doing those reels, making reel videos and all, mimicking others. So she was she actually talked about it, so it just reminded me of that.
Yes, but that is so true. I'm sure, because it really pains me, because I belong to the era when all these stalwarts, they maintained such a low profile. मतलब they are like demigods compared to, आज हम देखते हैं तो लता जी, आशा जी, किशोर जी, मुकेश जी, रफी साहब, हेमंता, ये इतने लो प्रोफाइल थे. And having worked with them for years and years and years, you know, you feel bad that मतलब उन्होंने वो आज तक नहीं और 100 साल वो राज करेंगे और they will entertain people. But that was entertainment. It was, you know, मतलब जो सुनते ही जो दिल में सुकून आता था, that was entertainment. Because it's not right to be judgmental also.
Right, I think that's fair. In fact, there's this another interesting thing that is happening not only in India but also abroad, that is talking about the safety of singers, you know, during the concert. You'll see कभी किसी को ऑडियंस से बॉटल फेंक के मार रहा है, कभी मिसमैनेजमेंट के वजह से ऑडियंस सफर कर रहे हैं. So I think there's a lot that is going on around these concerts for, you know.
I suppose that must be happening in cases where more tickets than the capacity of the audience of the auditorium is.
Right.
You know? So over there you have only the organizers to blame.
Right. Singers like you know, you Asha ji, was there any such concerns back then?
No.
And in fact, I have learned that ma'am, आपने ऐसे formal गाने की कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं ली, कोई फॉर्मल आपकी कोई गाने की कोई शिक्षा नहीं ली?
फॉर्मल इन द सेंस कि किसी गुरु के पास बैठ करके ना गुरुकुल में जाके वगैरह नहीं ली. बिकॉज आई बिलोंग टू द फैमिली वेयर माय फादर यूज्ड टू से अच्छे घर की लड़कियां गाती नहीं. सो द एम्फसिस वाज ऑलवेज ऑन एजुकेशन. एंड my mother was fond of, you know, she was very keen that I should sing, but only one song to be recorded. She wanted कि मेरी बेटी का एक गाना record हो, that's it. Then when she came to know कि all the time recording ही चल रही, then she said, oh, she and her recordings. So
did that change?
Basically I come from a very humble, very very humble family.
मुझे ये भी पता चला कि आप एक्चुअली लता जी के गाने गा के उनसे आप
बिल्कुल. That's why I would say that I trained myself on Lata ji's Bhagavad Gita, Lata ji's devotional songs, Lata ji's Meera bhajans, Dalib ghazals, so many of her songs.
और फिर जब आप
institution in herself.
And ma'am, फिर जब आपको सफलता प्राप्त हुई, you know, did that perspective of your parents change?
Not really, because my father passed away very young, and that is, I had barely entered the film industry when he passed away. And where my mother is concerned, she was happy, but you know, basically, as I told you, I come from a very very simple family. You know, not for shoshegiri and my daughter, oh, she's a film star and she's a celebrity and all that was not there. It was never there. So we are still the same. And of course, I mean, she was very happy when I got the D.Lit degree from the university. And I remember my sister telling her that she's got the Padma Shri, and she said, what for? So my sister, because she sang songs, and she said, who gets Padma Shri because they sing songs? Yeah, that simplicity was there. So वो सर पे चढ़ा के, मतलब आजकल हम बहुत देखते हैं कि you know, अरे ये भी करते हैं, वो हमारे ये भी बोलते हैं, ये भी गाते हैं, ये भी एक्टिंग करते हैं, all that. It was never there. It was just never there in the family.
Made no sense. And you know, जितना मैं आपसे पूछूं, मुझे तो लग रहा है कि मतलब मैं बस पूछती ही जाऊं, जितना मैं पूछूंगी फिर भी अंत नहीं होगा. फिर भी मैम, मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी कि you know, from Abhiman to now, आपको लगता है that of course you said that the music scenario has changed, but do you think it has become easy or difficult for female singers now in the industry?
No, why female singers or male singers? You mean the pattern of singing?
No, like they're to get a break, you know, in that sense.
No. like nowadays in the reality shows, overnight, so many singers are born.
Right.
You know, get where they are getting. I'm talking reaching people. Na? I'm talking about reaching people, not sustaining, reaching people. Okay, because वो जो था, it took all of us years to reach there. But the added advantage that we had enough time to grow on people. तो जिसको ऊपर चढ़ने में जितना टाइम लगता है वो उतना टाइम वहाँ टिके रहता है, is what I believe.
And ma'am,
because reality shows में आज there are so many singers born every day and every year. How many are you going to remember? And singers are remembered by the songs they have sung. Performances का होता है लेकिन short lived होता है. मतलब जिनके जैसे आज मुकेश जी को याद करते तो उनके अनगिनत गाने हैं, मुकेश जी के गाने, तो उनसे हम लोग याद करते हैं ना उनको. परफॉर्मेंसेस जो उन्होंने दिए वो तो जिन्होंने देखा, बट सब लोगों ने तो नहीं देखा. So that is the difference.
And ma'am, my last question to you is that what's next? हम आपको next क्या करते हुए देख सकते हैं?
I really have no clue. I just take one day at a time. And well, let's hope that I'm able to help more and more people and children.
It really feels so nice to talk to you, and especially, you know, the way you have explained the problems, which is, I think, so genuine, and it really matters in today's world, because we are talking about the future of our generation, of our society,
yes.
The kids. Thank you so much, ma'am,
Thank you
for giving me your time